Welcome back to AM Northwest. Get ready to master your money in 2025. Here to share ways to transform your financial future, we welcome the author of Crush Your Money Goals, financial educator, Bernadette Joy. Bernadette, how you doing?
Hello, Happy New Year. Thanks for having me.
You bet. So let's first of all talk about how you did this on your own, as in you did it yourself. You were able to get out of debt, like a $300,000 debt. How did you do that?
Yes, well, thank you so much for asking that question. It was $300,000 of debt over the course of 3 years, including student loans, mortgage, like the usual things that people have to deal with as an
Right.
American. And really, the simple answer, and I'm sure we'll talk more about it, was budgeting consistently every month, increasing my cash flow, not just my income, but what was actually netting out of what I could put towards my debt. And in the book, I talk about the 5 specific steps that happen to spell out the word crush that can help anyone, especially in 2025, who's looking to pay off some serious debt in the new year.
Okay, let's talk about crush then. How can we crush our debt?
So the 5 steps, it spells out the word crush. And the first one, C, stands for Curate Your Accounts. And so if you hear nothing else from this interview, I want you to hear that curating your accounts means that you look at every single account that you have, your checking, your savings, your credit cards, your personal loans, your mortgages, any property that you own, and you get them all into one tool where you can see your holistic picture. What I found from coaching hundreds of people is that a lot of people just base their decisions on what their credit card balance says and what their checking account says, and they're not really looking at all of the resources they have on hand. I personally like to use a tool, Monarch Money. It's not like a sponsored tool or anything. I just really like their tool. And if you do nothing else this year but to curate your accounts, that will give you a holistic picture of truly how much debt you have on hand, what those interest rates are, and then how much cash you have available, if any, to start chipping away at that debt.
I like that because you can see it right in front of you. This is what I owe. I get that. Okay, and then you say reverse into independence. And what does that mean?
So I tell people that I do not teach financial literacy. What I actually teach is financial freedom. And the way that I differentiate that is that financial literacy is kind of learning how to play the game of money, but financial freedom is learning how to win the game at money. And so,
Okay.
specifically, when I talk about reversing into independence, I start off all of my clients in the new year. We're all doing our New Year's goals. I just heard you talking about health goals and
Right.
all of that is really defining what financial freedom would look like to you. And it's usually not being on a yacht or flying first class or things that people think about in wealth. It's usually spending more time with the people that we really love
Yeah.
and having a healthy body, right? And so setting that intention at the beginning of the year to say, I'm not just going to try to pay off debt for the sake of paying off debt. I'm going to pay off debt in order to spend more time with my grandkids, in order to be able to pursue. For me, I'm taking swimming lessons for the first time ever in my life.
Congrats.
Um, Thank you. Right. And so putting some specific things that would feel like freedom to you in this new year is a way to reverse into the intention that you want to be able to crush your money
I
goals.
like that way of looking at it. Also, you say to understand your worth, understand your net worth, essentially.
Yes. So once you've curated all of your accounts, I'm a very practical person. So if anyone decides to pick up this book, this is not a book that's full of platitudes of like things that you should know. This is the stuff that you need to actually do. And the biggest thing that I see people miss is that when they're looking at their accounts, they're not actually calculating their net worth. And so net worth simply is everything that you own, so all of your assets, minus everything that you owe, all of your debts. And just knowing that one number, and people talk a lot about budgeting and how budgeting is boring and it's tedious, but actually having a track of just once a month, updating your account so you know exactly what your net worth is every month, puts you ahead of what I consider to be 80% of most adults, where most people again are not making financial decisions on what they're actually worth. They're making financial decisions on just what they have in their checking and savings accounts, and having a total picture of your finances on your net worth is going to make you have better choices on
Yeah.
how you're going to spend it.
Makes sense. Spend intentionally.
Ah, okay. So I'm going to give you a little preview of what's in the book. Every letter has 5 specific habits, so a total of 25 habits. And my favorite one that I get the most feedback on is what I call the dollar rule. Have you heard of my dollar rule yet?
No.
Okay. So my dollar rule simply says that I don't want you to feel guilty about spending money. This is the opposite of what people would expect in a personal finance book. You would expect me to say, don't spend money on clothes, don't spend money on shoes, right?
Right.
But what I suggest is the $1 rule, which is just to say, if something comes out to $1 per use, then go ahead and buy it and don't overthink it. So let me give you an example. These earrings, I bought them from a little 10-year-old at a Christmas market.
I love it.
And do I need puzzle earrings? No. Do they bring me so much joy? Yes. Were they $12? Yes. Did I say to myself, am I going to wear these earrings at least $12, like on this interview? I mean, 12 times,
Right, 12
right?
times.
And so if I'm going to wear them 12 times, then just go ahead and buy it. And so what the rule does is it allows us some freedom and not feeling so shameful about spending, but it also deters us from buying things that we're not going to use a lot.
Wow, that is really eye-opening. That's a good one. Okay, heal your money wounds is also another big one.
Yeah. So, why I chose to become a personal finance coach versus an advisor is because advisors primarily just care about your investments. They don't really care how you feel. And I actually really care about how you feel, not just about your finances, but about how money is flowing in and out of your life. And so, one of the rules and one of the habits that I am really encouraging people to adapt in 2025 is what I call the screenless Sunday. And it's what it sounds like. I'm encouraging folks to take Sundays, put down your phones, put down your laptops, get off the television, and go live in the real world. And what I found out was that a lot of people are making financial choices. And I'm sure you witnessed this yourself because of what they're seeing on social
Yeah,
media, because of what
absolutely.
commercials are telling them what they should buy. And so just one day a week of unplugging from that and actually living and breathing in the real world and connecting with people in real life will actually help your finances a lot because you'll be reminded that you are
Yeah,
loved, you are worthy, and you don't have to spend so much money
that's
on
right.
things that you need.
Absolutely. The book again is Crush Your Money Goals. Bernadette Joy, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, and enjoy those earrings.
Thank you. I am ready.
We'll be right back with more AM Northwest.